Welcome back. I'd like to give a big shout out to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the Drinking Gourd. I hope you enjoy the content. So, I'm trying to, this is a metaphysical channel. That's what this is. I'm a metaphysical guy. This is a spiritual channel. This is where we go deep and we look at things from a deeper level. And so, when I look at the witnesses, sometimes I just think this is something that is just such a distraction, such nonsense. But the witnesses is who I am. I was raised as a witness, and I think that we can't talk about who we are, where we are, if we can't talk about our history, where we've come. And although I renounce that doctrine, and I think that anybody who wants to live a happy life should think twice about being a witness, that's where I came from. I grew up. I was a publisher of 5. I've knocked on every door in North Burnaby. Who am I to talk about this? I think somebody might have said in the comments. I've been trying to keep up with all the comments, and it's wonderful. I'm so happy to see the feedback. But I love the witnesses. I love the comments from the witnesses. Somebody would say, "Oh, who are you to talk about this?" I've only been a publisher since I was 5. Who am I to talk about that, right? Who am I to talk about the witnesses? My uncle is only a circuit overseer out in Toronto. But who am I to talk about this, right? My cousins are only at Bethel in Toronto, and I've only stayed out there for several weeks. But who am I to talk about this, right? My uncle here is only an elder. But who am I to talk about this? My auntie, and this is the part that pisses me off, and I'm going to try not to swear in this video because I think swearing doesn't help us get our point across. But goddamn, and I'll say goddamn because Nina Simone said goddamn. My aunt is 90 years old. She's in the middle of moving right now, and my mom's out there helping her out. She's also trying to keep up her pioneer hours. Yes, she is. God bless her soul. She travels at I think 4 days a week, all the way from the suburb of Langley, all the way into Burnaby to stand at the SkyTrain station. At a little stand that says Bible prophecy. Would you like to learn more? At 6:30 in the morning, at 90 years old. This is what this lady does. Okay, she has dedicated her life, and the people around her must participate in her dedication to this organization. So when we talk about who am I to talk about this, where does my background come from talking about this? Okay, I got clout to talk about this, and not only do I have clout to talk about this, as funny as it is that we had that video come out yesterday about Tony Morris or on Sunday. It's so funny. It's hilarious. We look, we laugh. There is such a serious side of this. Because what we're talking about here is people's souls. We're talking about people's lives. Right? And I mean, we have now a response that's come from the governing body helper, apparently. That's what I saw a letter. And one of the things in the letter that they say, or that this governing body says, that the governing body helper says in the letter is that, please excuse this brother's, he's a theatrical spectacle. Meaning, because he's a YouTube star, because they're YouTube stars, right? They make YouTube videos just like me for all the witnesses. So I gotta be careful what you see online. Well, your whole religion's online now, so step back with that. Because he's a YouTube star, he's a theatrical spectacle, we have to be gentle with him. We have to excuse our brother's theatrical spectacle. And because we don't know what the booze could be for. I mean, hey, maybe they're having a party for the Gilead graduation, or maybe he's just the bullshit. Okay? And this is the thing that gets to me. I remember, I think I was about 16, and I was at the meeting, and a brother came up to me and he says, Taze. Oh yeah, my name's Taze. Where do you think I was named after? Who do you think I was named after? Big up, Charles Taze Russell. But the brother comes up to me and says, Taze, I saw you doing something the other day, and I saw you smoking some weed. I said, no, me? Couldn't have been, impossible. You saw me doing what? You said, what? I said, yeah, no. I saw you smoking some weed, and I saw you take the joint and hit it, blew the smoke right out. I saw it. It was in my complex. Because you see, I used to have a paper route in this guy's complex. So he's sitting there on the balcony, with the binoculars, trying to make sure that there's nothing going on out there, and he spots this. And he says, Taze, you have 2 options. You can either go and tell your mother, and you guys can talk to the elders, or I'll talk to the elders. You have a week. Okay, Taze? So of course, here I am in this panic situation, and this is right around the time when I started to say, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I don't know if I want to be involved in this. This doesn't strike me as healthy. So of course, I rat myself out, and this has actually ended up happening to me a couple times, where I was spotted doing something or other, and the ultimatum gets put in front of you, you can go tell somebody you're wrong, and so, why am I telling this story? Because in the stupid letter that the governing body helper in his response that he put out there. He said, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Who knows? This could be for this. This could be for that. And so in essence, what he's asking for is the benefit of the doubt, right? And it's hilarious that he's asking for the benefit of the doubt, because the whole way that the disciplinary system of this religion works, and it's brilliant, it's a socialist concept. It's social credit. It is, I police my neighbor, you police me. So if I see somebody doing this, I see somebody doing that, I'm supposed to run off to the brother out there. Oh, Elder, look what I saw today. I saw little Jerry was smoking a joint down by the creek. Oh no, we got to disfellowship him, right? So this is what you get. You get social policing, right? And in an environment like that, where your disciplinary system works off social policing, it is hilarious that as somebody says, you don't understand the structure, because I said he's the head of the corporation. We all know he's a member of the governing body that runs the organization, the order, right? The order. And he's also referred to as the channel, right? The channel. Now, what is channeling? What do people do when they're practicing channeling? Who are they channeling? Well, on your spare time, check out Watchtower Magic. Check out John Dee. Check out Sir Francis Bacon. Check out Thomas Aquinas, Ramundus Martini. You might find out that when people are channeling, they are tapping into another realm and receiving information from another realm. But we don't always know who they're receiving information from. We know that the Johannes Gerber, one of the main contributions to what we call the New World Translation, his wife was adept at channeling, right? So right off the bat, when we talk about somebody as a channel, everybody should be a little concerned and be asking some questions, which I'm sure they're not, but anyways. But nevertheless, the channel, the governing body member, the Almighty, he is out here doing something that typically other witnesses would be indentured to police themselves for. If you saw Brother Johnson in the freaking liquor store with a whole buggy full of booze, you might want to talk to an outfit, because, hey, Brother Johnson, right? But in this situation, we're supposed to just excuse this theatrical spectacle. And I've been trying not to throw up, because it is just such a shame. Like I said before, I think about my aunt, the serious side of this. It's such a shame that we have people out here who are dedicating their lives. We all know, especially as I said before, in memorial season, this is it. This is the time. We all know all the witnesses are auxiliary pioneering right now, because this is the time. And it's just such a display right now of hypocrisy. And it's no coincidence that it happened on April 1st. This is the season of momentum. This is the season for change. All right. You probably noticed a few other things that happened the day before Nipsey Hussle. You're going to see more things happening right now. We're going through it. This is the equinox. We're going into the Passover season. And I'm going to do another video and really get into the metaphysics of the Passover and the deep aspects of what is the Passover, what is the memorial. But today, I just had to address this response, the excuses, the level of ignorance. And again, this one is really, my heart goes out to my aunt, who, and all those, we as ex-witnesses, or whatever you want to call people who used to be around the organization, affiliated with it, know about it, will know about this phrase. She's of simple means. All of the older sisters are of simple means. Well, I got an idea. Toni Morris. Not to mention, there's some serious questions about, is Toni Morris connected to the Philip Morris and cigarette empire? Ooh, questions that need to be asked, right? Questions young people ask, answers to work. But we think about all these sisters that are of simple means. And it's always the sisters, right? Because, the brothers, they're not going to be a simple mean. They're going to figure it out. But it's always these sisters, the widowers, right? The ones that in the Bible, Jesus said, the ones that he's looking at, the widows, the fatherless boys. It's always, these are the ones that are out there pounding the pavement. And while they're busy pounding the pavement, it looks like we're supposed to ignore the theatrical spectacle that is Toni Morris. The same Toni Morris that is coming out telling people that they're about to deliver a hailstone message of judgment. A hailstone message of judgment for the world, right? The king of the north is Russia, right? You know what I mean? If you got blood on your hands, woo! So, it's hot out here right now. I'm trying to just wrap my mind around all this. I just had to offer a few more thoughts on this thing. Like I said, I'm going to be coming with something more metaphysical about the memorial and what we were really looking at here. And I think it's a shame. They should be ashamed of themselves that they can't even mention the memorial. And I guess, like I said before, my grandfather was considered to be of the anointed. My family, he came to Canada at the turn of the century, and he was given the message of Charles Taze Russell, or what they would refer to as the truth, by his brother, who had come here a little bit before him. And he was what you call a coal porter. He was one of the first men to bring what we would call a Christian message to the native peoples on the west coast of Canada. Okay, so the history of this thing run deep for me, you know what I mean? And I can tell you right now, my grandfather would be rolling over in his grave if he saw this, you know? And I'm not a Christian, I'm not a witness, but like I said, the history of it is what made me who I am, what put me in this chair in front of you today. So when I look back at the history of it, my grandfather, my uncle, my great uncle, he used to do trades with these native peoples because the native peoples were, you know, everything was about a fair trade for these people. So he would trade them some literature, they would give him back, you know, a native jacket or some moccasins. And we have these things in our family today, okay? My grandfather, my great uncle was out on a canoe during his coal porter mission up in the north. And he hooked a salmon, and he needs a salmon because this salmon is his dinner. And all of a sudden, down from the sky, an eagle comes, snatches that salmon off his line. When you know he took that oar and cracked the back of that eagle in the head, killed the eagle because he needed dinner. And he made a tie rack out of the talons of the eagle. And my mom has that in her house today. So for anybody who's wondering, who are you to talk about this? Kick rocks, all right? I'm going to talk about this, damn it. Because it's important, and I got mad love for people. And it's a shame people like my aunt, who's 90 years old, are out there dedicating her life to this. When this clown, Tony Morris, this wankster, is out there hustling, shucking and jiving, and freaking spending all his money on booze. Anyways, I don't want to go off too hard today. Peace and love to everybody else that's jumped on the channel. There's going to be plenty more awesome content coming. Woo! Let it breathe. Until next time. Like, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.